Good evening, and welcome to the Shine a Light Hanukkah Gathering and Lantern Walk. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Brandon Fish, and I have the honor of serving Charleston's Jewish community as our Federation's Director of Community Outreach. Tonight is the fifth night of Hanukkah, and we gather across the state, unified in our rejection of hate in all its forms. This program is part of a national initiative organized by the Jewish Federations of North America to shine a light on anti-Semitism and hate during Hanukkah. Such an initiative is unfortunately and sorely needed. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll hear a bit from those who have experienced acts of anti-Semitism, a problem that all available data indicates is growing. But tonight isn't just about anti-Semitism, it's also about unity. Many engaged in the work of community building live our lives in the spirit of Rabbi Hillel the Elder's famous quote, "If I am not for myself, who will be for me? If I am only for myself, what am I? If not now, when?" In that spirit, we'll hear the voices of our neighbors and elected officials, people of all faiths, ethnicities, and backgrounds who have volunteered to join our program tonight in support of the Jewish community. We are honored and heartened to be joined by them in this program and in our communities. Together, we hope to make a positive impact on our state through the collective efforts of over 100 organizations, faith communities, and businesses in support of the passage of a hate crime law. South Carolina is one of only 2 states in the nation without one. For more information, visit www.stampouthate.sc. We'll also hear from the South Carolina representatives who helped author this legislation, who will help close our program out with a call to action. At the end of tonight's program, we'll ask you all to figuratively and literally shine a light on Zoom and in real life. Over the past 2 weeks, we've distributed 750 do-it-yourself lantern kits, and we'll ask you to use them. Thank you all again for joining us. We wish a happy Hanukkah to those celebrating and a joyous holiday season to those with other traditions. Special thank you to the room full of Columbia patrons who are joining us tonight. One moment.
Erev Tov. Good evening, everyone. My name is Anna Sazonov, the Executive Director of Columbia Jewish Federation. This holiday of Hanukkah commemorates our victory over our oppressors. It commemorates how our strength and faith as people helps us to persevere. Hanukkah is a story how the few had victory over the many. Those who were believed to be weak were actually the strong. Our heroes, the Maccabees, had this Jewish spirit that longed for freedom, and they were willing to fight for it. Today, we have strong and vibrant Jewish community in our land and all over the world. But the reality is that many of us still live in fear. The FBI hate crime statistic showed that crimes targeting Jews were 57.5 of all religious bias crimes last year. This is a startling number when Jews are only 2% of the total American population. We as the Jewish community must consider those numbers seriously. One of the goals of the Columbia Jewish Federation is to fight and condemn anti-Semitism and to make sure that our community is safe. I would like to thank you again for taking an active part in the statewide Shine a Light on Anti-Semitism campaign and dispelling the darkness. Never believe that a handful of dedicated people cannot change the world. Inspired by faith, they can. The Maccabees did, and so can we. Together, as a community, we can change and make a difference. Keep shining your and our lights. Have a happy and safe Hanukkah. Good evening.
I'm sorry, I understand there's a problem with the audio and video. Should be fixed now.
I'm Judy Corsaro, CEO of the Charleston Jewish Federation. This Hanukkah, we have joined over 60 organizations across the United States and in Canada to shine a light on the alarming increase in anti-Semitism. By securing our communal institutions, educating our next generation about anti-Semitism and the Holocaust, coalition building, and advocacy, we act on our solemn commitment to shine a light on anti-Semitism and all forms of hate. As a founding member of the Stamp Out Hate SC Coalition, we ask that you join our statewide initiative and help us get a hate crime bill passed in South Carolina. Let's make never again more than a platitude. Our Charleston Jewish Federation and neighbors in Columbia and across the state are determined to shine a light on anti-Semitism and stamp out hate this Hanukkah and year-round. Thank you, and Hag Sameach.
Hi! Thankfully, I don't experience a lot of anti-Semitism now that I'm in high school, but I definitely did when I was in middle school. Boys used to draw swastikas over my papers and all over my desk when I wasn't looking. And thankfully, I've learned how to handle it over the years, and I've learned how to deal with it, but it was definitely difficult for me when I was in middle school.
According to the 2021 ADL Hillel Campus Anti-Semitism Survey, 43% of Jewish college students experienced and/or witnessed anti-Semitic activity in the last year. Students at the University of South Carolina are no exception. Here are a few of their stories. My college at University of South Carolina quickly acknowledged and condemned incidents of racism and anti-Asian hate. They have been silent on incidents of anti-Semitism. When I told my professor about a student wearing a swastika in class, he shrugged and said it was the student's freedom of expression. I'm not Jewish, but I am taking a course in Jewish studies. I was watching a movie about the Holocaust for class in the common room of my dorm. When one of my hallmates walked by and saw what I was watching, he made a disparaging comment about Jewish people that I do not want to repeat. After requesting an excused absence for the high holidays, my professor asked for proof that it was Yom Kippur.
Hi, my name is Shalom Imran, Rabbi of Congregation Dor Tikva. Currently, I'm working from afar. I live in Gibraltar, where thankfully we have some of the lowest rates of anti-Semitism in Europe. But unfortunately, this is a rarity. Indeed, when I grew up in the north of England, in Gateshead, a place near Newcastle, and there we had some of the highest rates of anti-Semitism that would be seen anywhere in Europe. I was routinely called a filthy Jew and other forms of rhetoric which I really don't want to repeat. And sadly, this was just something we took as normal when we were growing up, this spread of anti-Semitism. And this is why it's my pleasure and honor to be taking part in this incredible Shine a Light on Anti-Semitism program. And I just want to say, as an Orthodox Jew, I have been a target of anti-Semitism.
Happy Hanukkah to all who celebrate. I am Randy Crone, the Deputy Regional Director of the Southeast for ADL, the Anti-Defamation League. Since 1913, ADL's mission has been to stop the defamation of the Jewish people and to secure justice and fair treatment to all. Since 1979, we have conducted an annual audit of anti-Semitic incidents. The past 4 years have been 4 of the 5 worst years in the history of the audit. ADL has a comprehensive approach to addressing anti-Semitic incidents and behavior. We work to enact laws to prevent federal, state, and local prevention tactics and responses to anti-Semitic and all other hate crimes. We partner and train law enforcement to recognize and disrupt potential threats. ADL's No Place for Hate and Words to Action programs teach understanding and promote inclusivity in schools and on campuses, reaching young people at a time when they're most vulnerable to bullying and social pressures. ADL also works with victims and universities to respond to anti-Semitic harassment and other worrying incidents on college campuses. Shine a light. We need to constantly speak up to hatred when we see it happening. We can never let anti-Semitism become normalized. Hatred and bigotry are weak in the face of unity and are powerless to light. We need to continue to share facts and push for strong education about bias, about Judaism and anti-Semitism, about the Holocaust, about Israel, and about the truth and impact of hatred on all communities. We are stronger together. We are stronger with friends, and we are stronger with light.
As a child of immigrants and a daughter of Holocaust survivors, my parents were persecuted during World War II. They came to America with absolutely nothing. But as I look back at those years that they brought me into the world, things have not changed lately. The amount of anti-Semitism and hate has only ignited flames, and we need to put those out. But we need to shine a light on anti-Semitism and hatred that's going on in our world today. Again, as a child of survivors, my parents lived it. They were witnesses. And for me, in business, I have to make sure and keep all of the employees that work in my business safe. And part of that safety is looking and making sure that everyone understands and gets to care about each other. It's about respect, it's about tolerance, and it's about caring for one another. So please help shine a light on anti-Semitism, and please participate in the walk. We need to make certain that we stop anti-Semitism and hatred of any people. We have to find a way to put love back in our hearts and care for one another. So please don't forget to shine a light and participate. Thank you so much.
Good day, Pastor Dixon here. And I'm happy to be standing today with my brothers and sisters in the Jewish community as we shine a light together against anti-Semitism. You know, hatred has taken on many forms in our nation and around the world over time. One being the manifestation of hatred against our Jewish community, a manifestation that should never happen. Darkness can only be dispelled by light. And as we right here in the midst of the celebration of Hanukkah, that we're now coming together, all nationalities, ethnicities, religious denominations coming together to shine a light on this thing we call hatred. Hatred against the Jewish community, hatred against the African American community and other communities. And unless we shine a light on that hate, because light dispels darkness, unless we do it, then it won't be done. Dr. King said that hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. So today, as we stand together, as we shine a light against anti-Semitism, let us all resolve in our hearts and in our spirits to stand together against hatred in general, and to be assured that we will keep our lamps lit, that the oil will not run out as we move toward driving hatred, dispelling hatred from our community for all. Thank you. This is Pastor Dixon, and I appreciate your allowing me to stand with you.
I am Kylon Middleton, pastor of historic Mount Zion AME Church in the heart of the city of Charleston, and also a member of Charleston County Council representing District 6. As a leader in our community, I stand in solidarity with our Jewish brothers and sisters as we shine a light on anti-Semitism and stamp out hatred in the world. As a part of my tradition, we are taught the greatest commandment. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. And based on that second commandment, we recognize that love is the ideal that we should lift up in days and times like these. So we hashtag Shine a Light as a mechanism to say to our community that we stand lockstep in solidarity with our Jewish brothers and sisters during this time.
Good afternoon. I'm Ghazala Javed. I have lived in Charleston, which is my home for the last 40 years. I'm a member of the Central Mosque of Charleston, and I'm very happy to bring this message from the Muslims of Charleston that we stand with our Jewish brothers and sisters in the fight for anti-Semitism. I will recite a little story from our last prophet, peace be upon him. Prophet Muhammad stated in his farewell address, his last sermon, the basic religious and ethical ideals of Islam. Racial equality was one of them. In Muhammad's, peace be upon him, words, the society at that time was divided by notions of tribal and ethnic superiority. So his words jolted the society when he said, quote, all humans are descended from Adam and Eve. There is no superiority of an Arab over a non-Arab or a non-Arab over an Arab. And there is no superiority of a white person over a black person or a black person over a white person, except on the basis of personal piety and righteousness. So today, with the racial tension and violence roiling contemporary America, this message is seen to create a special moral and ethical mandate for American Muslims to support the country's anti-racism and anti-Semitic, including Islamophobic movements. We pray in the name of God that we stay united in the love for humanity. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Colleen Condon, a board member for Alliance for Full Acceptance. Happy Hanukkah. Columbia and Charleston benefit from the wonderful Jewish communities in each city. I appreciate my work with the Jewish Federations of Charleston and Columbia in creating the Stamp Out Hate South Carolina Coalition. Together, we have successfully lobbied to pass a hate crimes bill in the State House of Representatives, and we are going to get it passed in the State Senate. I join with you in shining a light on anti-Semitism tonight.
Hey y'all, this is Ross Appel, Charleston City Council member, and I'm here this evening with a simple message. It's time to shine a light on anti-Semitism and all other forms of prejudice, intolerance, and anything else that separates people in our community from one another. What unites us far, far exceeds what divides us. The city of Charleston has been a leader in the state of South Carolina, passing a hate crimes ordinance years ago, and we encourage our friends in Columbia to do the same this upcoming legislative session. It is simply an embarrassment that the state of South Carolina is one of the few remaining states in the country without a hate crimes statute. It's time. We need to make it happen. We need to make our communities fair, equitable, and just a good place to live for everybody, no matter your race, ethnicity, nationality, religion, etc. It's time. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to the Holocaust Memorial here in downtown Charleston. This memorial serves as a beacon in the night, symbolizing our fight against anti-Semitism and hate. We must never forget what happened with the Holocaust. In Charleston, we're proud to be the first city in the state to have passed a hate crime ordinance, but we need one statewide. Despite the fact that hate crimes have been on the rise in South Carolina, we still haven't gotten that hate crime bill passed. So next year, we must all come together and support Representatives Bernstein and Gilliard and finally get this passed. As a society, we must be vigilant against anti-Semitism and hate. So the passage of this bill and all of our efforts will make our citizens, our Jewish brothers and sisters in Charleston and in the state, safer and free from crimes of bigotry and hate. God bless you and good night.
Dear friends, tonight we shine a light on a dark world, a world still dealing with seemingly eternal issues of hate and anti-Semitism. Each and every one of you makes this place a very special place to live, work, play, and to raise a family. Our daughters' lives and our lives have been enriched by your service. In the words of Elie Wiesel, of blessed memory, we know that every moment is a moment of grace, every hour an offering. Not to share them would mean to betray them. Our lives no longer belong to us alone. They belong to all those who need us desperately. In these challenging times in which we live, I ask each and every one of you, each and every Colombian, to please keep shining your light. The world needs you now more than ever. May God bless you and keep you.
Shalom, my name is Beth Bernstein. I serve in the South Carolina House of Representatives. I represent a district right here in Columbia. It's my pleasure to be able to talk to you this week on this Shine a Light on Anti-Semitism initiative. I was hoping that I could update you on where we are in passing hate crime legislation in this state. We are, for those of you who don't know, we're one of only 3 states in the nation that has no type of hate crime legislation on its books. And that's tragic in and of itself. Although, fortunately, we were able to pass a hate crime bill out of the House of Representatives last year. It has been sent to the Senate where it's sitting right now. It needs to really be debated in the upcoming year. Otherwise, we'll have to refile the bill in the next term, and we'll have to start the process all over again. So it's real important that we get some legislation that condemns this type of hate-based crime. And what my message to you and encouragement to you would be, please contact your House member or your senator and let them know how important it is to have this type of bill in South Carolina. It represents for us as a state that we stand up against these type of crimes. We do not want to tolerate this type of hate in our state. Thank you. Thank you for participating this week. I hope you continue to have a happy Hanukkah, and God bless.
First of all, I want to wish everybody a happy Hanukkah in the Jewish community. And I truly believe in working together, we can bring change to the state of South Carolina. Voting for 3620 is so important here in this state because we need this bill to become law. We had a historic moment when the bill passed the House before we adjourned this year, and it made the calendar for the Senate. And that's why now it is so important now to ask everybody to sound my voice, whether it's in the Jewish community, the Black community, the white community, to join in with us, okay? And in calling your state senators and asking them to make 3620 become law, because we sorely need this to happen. And we're all in this together because it's impacting everybody. Everybody has a right to life. And I can guarantee you, even as I talk, even as you got up this morning, even as you celebrate Hanukkah, that hate crimes are continuing. And they're continuing on a large volume. When you read the FBI reports, it will show that hate crimes in the state of South Carolina is on the rise. So now we have to take bold action. And we have done that this past session. With the help of you, with the help of God, we can make anything happen. So please join me, Representative Beth Bernstein, and many others who've helped us take the lead in this effort. We need you in this. Contact your state senator. Come January, the bill will be heard. If we can make it happen, we have to do it together, and we have to do it now.
Welcome back. I am looking for Cheryl, who is marching in Columbia as we speak. Cheryl. I'm going to spotlight you and make you the co-host.
Hi,
All right.
everybody. Brandon, can you hear me?
Yep.
Excellent. I'm coming to you live from the Forest Acres Lantern Walk. I have Representative Beth Bernstein right behind me, and we have about 60 or 70 community members and allies. We are so excited to be part of this statewide initiative, Shine a Light on Anti-Semitism. Brandon, would it be possible for us to go to a gallery view?
Sure.
Awesome, because what I want to ask everybody to do right now is to grab your lantern or your flashlight or your phone light or your glow stick or whatever you have, and to hold it up so that we can literally shine a light across our state. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Friends, this is not the end. This is just the beginning. We have some next steps that we would love to share with you. The most immediate one is take a picture of you with your lantern. Step outside tonight. Walk around the neighborhood if you can. We want to spread the light. If you're not able to walk, go ahead and maybe put your lantern on the front porch or in a window. Take a photo, upload it to social media, and use the hashtag #ShineAlight. Brandon has a slide that he'll put up momentarily here. The other thing that we want you to do is to visit stampouthate.sc. You've heard about the hate crimes legislation that we're trying to pass in South Carolina. We need your help. Sign up for updates, and most importantly, use the Contact Your Legislator tool and let your representatives and your senators know that you want hate crimes legislation in South Carolina, that we will not tolerate hate in our state. Finally, save the date. December 16th, we're going to offer a community-wide
Uh-oh.
Sorry, technical difficulties, a branch with the tree, sorry. The last thing we want you to do is save the date. December 16th, we're going to have a community-wide advocacy training so that we can all work together to pass hate crimes legislation. On behalf of the Columbia Jewish Federation and the Charleston Jewish Federation, thank you for participating tonight. Thank you for shining your light. Please continue to do so. It is only through spreading light that we can dispel the darkness. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah, everyone. Good night.